Are you still using spreadsheets to track your organization's assets? There might be a more effective way. Sure, spreadsheets can filter and search, but what are you missing out on when relying solely on them? When it comes down to it, spreadsheets can walk you through what assets you have or where you have them, but they can't tell you an asset's story. When tracking assets, it's important to keep their individual asset life cycles in mind, regardless of how big or small they are. Think of your first work computer. Let's call it Mac. Chances are, Mac's life cycle started before you even joined your organization. Someone from the IT department ordered Mac to keep in stock for a future employee. So Mac waited around until a new employee came along. When you started your job, you met Mac for the first time. It was love at first sight. You and Mac did everything together, from analyzing data from your asset management system to occasionally checking up on your fantasy football team. But one day, Mac got a virus. So you put in a ticket and sent Mac to get fixed. After a few days, Mac was back. After you moved to a different department within your organization, you had to get a new computer, and Mac had to wait around for a new employee again. Mac eventually got rehomed to Mary, and Mac's asset lifecycle continued. When your organization tracks its assets in spreadsheets, you can miss out on some important aspects of asset lifecycles. You might know where the asset started and where it is at that moment, but it's more difficult to find out details like who purchased it, who was in charge of it every step of the way, what happened during each step, and most importantly, what each step of the asset lifecycle cost your organization. Whether you're tracking assets as small as computers or as large as bridges, tracking in spreadsheets doesn't give you enough information on life cycles. So if you shouldn't track assets in spreadsheets, where should you track them? If your organization already has an asset management software system, you may already have these advanced asset tracking capabilities. You just have to ask. Remember, you can't properly plan for your organization's future without fully understanding your assets. Why spend time simply tracking the current location of assets when you can track their entire life cycles? For more information on tracking assets within your asset management system, visit AssetWorks.com/EAN.